In September 12th or 14th, I think, 2022, corrupt TU law lecturer and barrister Ruth Cannon uh, forced, wormed, and cajoled their way into my life. I don't know why, but once they were in my life, they set about disrupting my access to proper legal support, proper support of any kind, um, any sort of legal remedy for anything, including medical malpractice. They blocked my attempting to deal with items that were stolen off me. Every avenue of life, Ruth Cannon, that would have led to a calmer, more normal existence. Ruth Cannon blocked or obstructed, lied about, or otherwise tried to control. She organized a corrupt solicitor for me, um, who tried to do favors for the guards for a case that should never have been in a court, where later 17 guards were revealed as committing perjury. Ruth was obsessed with the child abuse I suffered at the hands of my mother, and she would find ways to use that to make it as most distressing as possible. And I don't know how to extricate my life from the abuse that Ruth Cannon has brought to it. When I finally got information of the scale of Ruth's obstruction and lying, I tried to file civil proceedings against Ruth. Ruth responded to that. Ruth Cannon responded to that by filing false police charges and trying to murder me via the guards, and trying to obstruct basically my life to prevent civil proceedings against her for gross abuse, coercive control abuse, and perjury, and legal fraud, malpractice, and I've tried, like, I'm a vulnerable person, and I've tried my best to try and find a way from Ruth Cannon's abuse, but it has never worked. And I'm just going to start detailing that abuse, as I said previously, um, bit by bit, for as long as I can, because, maybe somewhere out there there's someone else Ruth Cannon is targeted, like she targeted me, and maybe they will find some help from it, because this is someone who has done this before, will do it again, and she has, whatever little life I had left out once the corrupt guards in Kevin Street targeted me for a fake case. uh, Whatever I had left when I succeeded in court, Ruth destroyed or obstructed. And the aim, which she blurted several times, was that the Ruth wanted to see me kill myself. And Ruth was recorded screaming that at me. The main problem at this point for Ruth was that I hadn't already killed myself. And that's Ruth Cannon, and that's what I've been dealing with. And I don't know how to prevent the abuse, because Ruth Cannon seems to, like, just lie her way through everything. She's even recorded talking about how she is less law abiding than me. Uh, when you're faced with that level of legal fraud from someone who's wholly malevolent, uh, there's not much to do but just keep releasing the information. Um, hopefully, I'd say life is kind of over for me because of Ruth Cannon's abuse and lies. And they were easy lies for the guards to latch onto, because they've been trying to pursue the cases to cover up for their colleagues' perjury and harassment by Inspector Kieran Murphy for a year and a half now. And, the, this is a living nightmare. And Ruth used to every day be there going, "Your mother didn't abuse you. She just has a bad temper." Like, she was obsessed with it, and obsessed with obstructing a historic complaint and everything. Um, when she finally did actually, even due to the fact that Ruth Cannon was a legal concern, come to Dundrum with me to file it, Ruth Cannon theatrically fell asleep, as if to, like, discredit what I was saying. She's a really horrible and hideous person of abuse and corruption, and someone who's obsessed with paedophile cases. And for some reason, because I have a historic abuse case, Ruth has been obsessed with obstructing anything coming from that. Because Ruth is a stone cold monster. I don't even know who this strange, corrupt barrister is who positioned themselves as a point of coercive control. What it matters to her that I was abused as a child and that she has to try and keep unmaking it and demanding that it's not happened. But then again, this is a point that Ruth Cannon has lied about under oath in court. So you just, this is a nightmare of police corruption and legal corruption. Donald Quigley, the solicitor, told me that the Inspector Kieran Murphy case would fall away in 2 to 3 years because no one would want to have their career attached to it. So that means Inspector Kieran Murphy just tried to murder me after I beat his colleagues in court because he knew the phone calls were recorded. And then Donald Quigley says, and Ruth Cannon's case, you can expect that to fall away because, she's been a junior counsel for this long and it's unbelievable. So she will be trying to take the silk, and that she won't want her career attached to this. So it's like, I was just told directly by my previous solicitor that it was just obstructive, abusive harassment cases, bad faith, abusive process cases, directly to my face by my solicitor, by Ruth Cannon and Inspector Kieran Murphy, and they were done to disrupt civil proceedings and cause as much destruction as possible. That's the guards, that's Inspector Kieran Murphy, that's what Detective James McNeil is the front for, and that's what Ruth Cannon has been doing. And this is just the first in a series, because what else is there to do but record an account of the abuse that's been ongoing?